Hi everyone, welcome to 5 Minute Video Study for the NCE. Today we are covering counseling skills and interventions, and we are under letter M, guide clients in the development of skills or strategies for dealing with their problems. So one thing that has been a hot topic lately, especially with the pandemic, is the lack of social skills. And as counselors, part of our mission is to look at what some of those skills are in order to address what's happening in the client and looking at the the problem or some of the inefficiencies that are happening in the day to day. Now, how can we provide those, skills or guides is certainly part of the training for any counselor. Some of what we call the essential skills are components in counseling that require specific skill sets in which counselors learn through their coursework. And some of those skills include listening skills that include things like observation, appearance, behavior, and listening skills are some of the most valuable skills that a counselor has, and they can further be classified into different subsets. So some of those subsets can be verbal listening, which is listening to the auditory demonstration, providing nonverbal cues, looking at what are some of the messages as well as some of the underlying messages that the client is wanting us to share. And with that, you have things like verbal cues, which can be something as like or go on. And those are that's certainly a skill set. The other skill set would be an active listening, and that's listening with all your six senses, right? So many counselors say I was mentally drained. So part of that mental drainage is because you're using all that energy into absorbing what the client is telling you. So providing full attention, listening for meaning beyond what it says, and that can involve, counselors speaking to ensure that they're understanding the message that is being expressed. And also, attending involves the counselor's physical presence with the client, and that can include that notion of undivided attention, as well as things like nonverbal responses, using their body language, nodding, and really engaging in that conversational piece. The other type of skill that I think you all should certainly be aware of is the notion of asking questions. So looking at, what is the message, what's underneath the message, and then probing those questions, whether it's a closed-ended question, if you're seeking clarity, you're not understanding maybe how the different pieces are connecting. So you might want to consider a closed-ended question, but then more importantly, especially with counseling skills, it's the open-ended question. So letting the client kind of make sense of what they're saying. The other skill that is certainly very important is the reflection, and part of reflection is untanglement. So what that means is looking at the client's feelings in order for them to make sense of a lot of what their emotional understanding is through things like self-awareness, and that the whole notion of affirming, as well as restating, reflecting the feelings. All of those are certainly very important skills as you are guiding the client in order to see what type of skills they are needing or they would benefit from.